We're on the eve of one of the biggest weeks in Hong Kong racing. Next Sunday, it's Hong Kong's most prestigious race, the BMW Hong Kong Derby. And on the Friday night before that, the Hong Kong International Sale. Here's what's coming up on this edition of HK Direct. We're going to be giving you the lowdown on the Hong Kong International Sale with Mark Richards and Andrew Lejeune. Plus, in an action-packed month, we'll reveal the winner of February's Masterclass. It's a sale that's produced the likes of the Duke, Good Barber and more recently Pakistan Star. And next Friday night, over 30 lots will go through the ring at Sha Tin as Hong Kong owners look to purchase the next star of Hong Kong racing. Horses have been selected from the major sales in Europe, Australia and New Zealand. The man with the job of sourcing this talent is Mark Richards, and Andrew Lejeune caught up with him recently in the lead-up to next Friday night's sale.
So, Mike, we've just seen the horses parade for the Hong Kong International Sale for this year. How are you thinking about the class of 2019 for the ISGs?
I think what we've just seen this morning has been pretty good. It's great to see them all together, both Northern and Southern Hemisphere, because obviously I've seen them progress over the last 2 years in each of their different areas, but this is the first time I've had a chance to see them all one after another in lot order. It always makes me realise how the two hemispheres produce two very different types of horse. You've got the big, strapping Southern Hemisphere horses, and without being rude, the Northern Hemisphere produces a bit of quality, perhaps not the strength and depth of some of the Southern Hemisphere horses, but they still have something attractive about them. I think they stand up as a very nice group of horses, and fingers crossed that it turns out that way in a couple of weeks' time.
It was actually quite noticeable seeing them walk around here, the difference between the Northern and the Southern. There's basically 6 months between them, isn't it? You buy them as yearlings.
Yeah.
So the Northern Hemisphere are now, they've just turned 3. Yeah. And the Southern Hemisphere 3 turning 4 in August.
A good mature 3,
yeah.
Yes. And it does go to show what those extra 6 months do as well. I think there's certainly a couple of the European horses that are going to continue to improve over the next 6 months probably. You know, they're still very early in their 3-year-old preparations. I don't think they're particularly early maturing types, and there's quite a few of them that are late foals anyway. So you're going to hope, as much as anything, that over the course of the next 4 to 6 months they're going to continue to improve. Whereas with the Southern Hemisphere horse, you're really seeing what you're getting.
As far as the breaking, the pre-training's concerned then, as you're buying them from all around the world, just give us an understanding of how that works then.
Right, well, obviously they have to go through all the same process, the breaking in, the riding away, it all takes time. It's the sort of thing that you don't want to do too quickly, but also we probably don't start that process as early as most people would. Because we're not looking for a horse to come in here at an early stage. So if we've got a horse who's got open knees, say as a yearling, or is looking particularly backward, whether that be the North or the Southern Hemisphere, we give them those extra few months to just get balanced up. We even went through a process of measuring their tendons for a good 3 years to see if that had any effect, or whether those immature tendons had any effect on horses in the long run. They actually didn't. It turned out to be proving nothing particularly, but it did just help us make decisions about horses that you knew you didn't want to get on with too early. They certainly get brought up to speed. They go to the track, they do jump outs out of the starting gates, but you've always trying to hit that happy medium of not doing too much, because obviously a lot of horses that go through breeze-up sales, you see they won't qualify for Hong Kong from a veterinary aspect because they have chips and knocks and bumps, and those are the sort of things that we're trying to not get ourselves into as well. So it's trying to find that happy balance of giving them enough grounding without doing too much damage.
If you had to pick out one horse though, Mark, I'm not saying who's going to be the top lot, I'm not saying who's going to be the best, but just maybe one that's caught your eye at this stage.
The Exceed and Excel So Tempted is a quality individual, and he's got that presence about him that good horses have. He's a lovely balanced individual, he's a good moving horse. He certainly takes my eye, did as a yearling as well, and I think he's progressed the right way, but I've got a soft spot also for the Frankel Gioconda. Again, it's quality. They've got that certain something about them that stands them out, and I think both those horses have it.
Yeah, and you've got a brother to Sacred Falls, and there's a really nice Piero as well.
The list can go on. I genuinely am. I'm really enthusiastic about these. The Piero is a lovely balanced horse. Was as a yearling, and he's just continued to go the right way. I see nothing wrong with him in the slightest. And yeah, O'Reilly, well, there won't be any more of them now, but the Half to Sacred Falls is a beautifully balanced horse, and very much the right sort of O'Reilly, not a big long-necked O'Reilly. He looks like he's got speed.
Good stuff. And this all happens, the sale, the Friday before the Derby.
The Friday evening before the Derby. It's been a great night the last couple of years. I hope it continues to be this year as well.
Yes, there are some beautifully bred types to go through the ring next Friday night. Thanks to Mark for his insight, and best of luck to him and all of the team for the sale. We're almost out of time on today's show. Before we get to the sale and the Derby, we've got a big 11 race card coming up at Shard 10. The Lusitano Challenge Cup is the trophy race where we'll see Elusive State try to reach his 6th straight win and gain a start on Dubai World Cup night in either the Godolphin Mile or the Dubai World Cup itself. We've also got 2 excellent Class 1s to look forward to. For more information on Sunday's card or on the international sale, you can go to the website hkjc.com. Thanks for joining us on this edition of HK Direct. That's all we've got time for today. Join us next week. We've got a special BMW Hong Kong Derby preview show for you. As we leave you on the show this time, we're going to reveal the winner of this month's masterclass. It goes to Zac Purton, who not only won Group 1 races on Beauty Generation and Exultant, but numerically enjoyed his best ever day at the races with a 6-timer at the end of February, something that's only been done before by the likes of Brett Preble, Douglas White and Joe Moreira.
Zac Purton, a sensational 6, 3/4 on Honest Way, who got the closest in the end. Still one to go for Zac Purton, but 6 wins, 9 races. But more importantly, 6 wins from just 8 rides.